Croeso I amser y cwestiynau mawr gyda fi, Aunty Lisa. Well, shwmai Ysgol Bro Gwaun. Welcome to my 4th edition of my new video link on the big questions. I really did need Oxford's help on this big question. Felly, beth yw cwestiwn mawr mis Rhagfyr? Well, our big question for this month is, do humans need religion? Do we need religion to know how to be good? A oes angen crefydd ar bobl? A oes angen crefydd I wybod sut I fod yn dda? For many people across the world, religion plays an important part of their daily lives and identities, while others lead happy lives without believing in a God. Why do some of us feel the need to believe? According to a recent study, the majority of people around the world think you can't be a good person without believing in God. In Indonesia and Ghana, for example, only 1% of people think it is possible to be morally good without having a religious faith. Interestingly, the richer the country is, the more people think that this is possible. How can religion be defined? As a set of beliefs about a higher power? As a guiding ideal on how to be a good person? As a set of rules to follow in everyday life? Well, all of these are possible definitions of religion, yet none of them is the one and only definition. Such a definition does not exist. So when we talk about religion scientifically, we talk about a carefully defined phenomenon that might not cover everything. Of the Americans who do not identify with any particular religious group, 68% still believe in God. They sometimes identify as spiritual, but not religious. 1 in 5 say they pray every day. Another worldwide study estimates that 5.8 billion people out of the total world population at the time of 6.9 billion identify with a particular religious group. That's 84% of all people on earth, or around 8 out of 10. So when you meet someone new, it's pretty likely that they are religious. Of the people who do not identify with any particular religious group, 3 out of 4 live in the densely populated Asia-Pacific region. As the Pew Research Centre notes, 700 million non-religious people live in China alone. That's more than twice the entire population of the United States. The world's largest religion in terms of followers is Christianity, there are around 2.2 billion Christians in the world. That's 32% of the global population. So out of every 3 people you meet, 1 of them will be likely to be a Christian. Muslims come second, counting 1.6 billion people. In the famously secular France, 85% of people think it is not necessary to believe in God to be a good person. In Britain, this number is slightly less. 80%, or 4 in 5 people. Some people argue that we need religion to be moral, to give us a sense of right and wrong, and to help us to be good. It sets a standard for good behaviour and punishes the bad. Others would say that it is perfectly possible to be moral and happy without believing in God or gods. What do we mean by good? Dr. Oliver Scott Curry, an anthropologist at the University of Oxford, explains that there's quite a long list of things to make up what we call good. Morality is all about cooperation, promoting the common good, because there are many different types of cooperation. There are many different types of morality, including sympathy, loyalty, bravery, respect, fairness, and property rights. Do we need religion to behave well? Human behaviour, both good and bad, is a product of nature and nurture. How we behave is influenced by our environments, how we're brought up, the people around us, and what kind of culture we live in. For example, people compete for status in lots of different ways and in different cultures. In some societies, people compete to eat the most herbs, catch the biggest fish, write the best poem. In others, people compete by being the most generous, the most brave, or the most helpful. What is the connection between religion and morality? There isn't any necessary connection between religion and morality. Morality is a lot older than religion. We've been moral beings for many years before we were religious. And arguably, some religions aren't moral at all. So, for example, some cultures have a belief in mischievous or bad spirits, and humans have to make sacrifices and worship these bad spirits in the hope that they don't do negative things to them. For example, ruin their crops or strike them down with illness. We're used to the idea of powerful gods in the sky looking out for us and telling us to be good. That's the basis of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. But these are relevant, recent religions in terms of the history of human development. And even today, not all religions follow the standard model of one kindly God looking out for us. Buddhism, for example, does not follow that model. Humans may have always had some supernatural belief but it always hasn't been and doesn't have to be moral. Do humans need faith to make sense of their lives? So we've heard that religion doesn't necessarily make a country or culture moral or good. But what else could religion mean for humans? Does it offer a way to make sense of our lives? One of the things people get most meaning from is taking part in something collective. That is, working with other people to achieve something together. We are social animals, so that's not really surprising. Your social network is your life support system. If you asked a bee what gives its life meaning, it would say, working together with other bees to achieve something for all of them. And it's the same for us. Commitment to a cause greater than ourselves gives our lives meaning and makes us feel good, says Dr. Curry. We like being in groups, and it can be, but doesn't have to be, religious. For example, you could enjoy being a football fan, following a band, political party, theatre group, or an environmental campaign. All of these have the same thing in common. They bring people together and make you feel part of something bigger than yourself. That gives a warm glow and a sense of belonging. And we humans need to feel we belong. It's a great comfort knowing others feel the same way. You can get that from religion, but you can also get it from a wide variety of other forms of association and other beliefs. Therefore, we all have a right to believe in what we want to believe in. But the key aspect is respect ourselves and others. Having morals is important. Care for each other, work together, and be peaceful with each other and within yourself. Diolch am wrando, and it's goodbye from me, Auntie Lisa. Ta-ta, tan talk.